Welcome or welcome back to my channel, my wood burning channel. Ich bin Alexander Zurek and we are doing pyrography. And today I improvised a little bit. As you could see, I have a bunch of those war bookmarks here. My sister got them for me and I wanted to test it out, and since I have about 30 of those, I'm free to mess some up, so I decided to just go for it, check what happens if I don't have any plans whatsoever. And I started again with a zentangle-like structure, so I split the whole thing into more areas in which I could do repetitive patterns and hope it looks nice in the end. That's the thing with the zentangles, you don't really aim for it to look nice, you just hope for it. And often it works out. That doesn't look like much for now, but I will shade it later so it looks a little bit better. For the second pattern here I use one that is probably my favorite zentangle pattern, where I just do those parallel or more or less parallel wavy lines. And then I separate them by shorter wavy lines and fill those many cells you basically have with different markings, so that none is directly besides another that looks just like it. Then I took a break from that pattern just to fill those that upper space a little bit, so I basically improvised a new area that I hadn't planned for. And back to my second pattern. And there's no right way to do it, which can be frustrating for somebody like me, but it also has the advantage that there's no wrong way to do it. And that's something completely new for me. What I tried there, I had no plan when I made the first marking. And I'm still not quite sure what I was going for. But I think it's okay. The music that I use today is of the game Heartbound. Pirate Software is a YouTuber and game dev, and he allows people to use this music for their videos, whatever they are, and he doesn't strike them down, which is quite nice of him. Well, as long as you don't use it for advertisement. So basically I just did advertisement for his game and for him, so I'm not sure if that was allowed, but I'm pretty sure he's okay with it. He's a chill dude. For this pattern I just do those curved lines, and it has a hill-like structure, which can be fun. And now I changed my tip, my pen of the burning tool, to a wider tip, which allows for the shading. And I try to go slow there. That's something I had to learn. If you want it to look okay, you have to go slow. You are not supposed to put much pressure in or much heat in. Sometimes you have to go with a lower heat. I still use too much, but it's getting better. And yes, then you try to go slowly and in those those small circles to make it not completely charcoaled. And that's what I said before about the second pattern. Now I go from the upper left to the lower right, to the bottom right there, but never in two cells that touch each other. Always only in those cells that are completely disconnected, and for others I now just use those horizontal lines. Of course they are now vertically, but that's because I twisted the bookmark. And I like to leave a few of those completely empty in the end. I think that's a nice contrast. And there I wasn't happy with those empty spaces, so I just added a few lines. And now for the second part of the video, for the second part of the bookmark 2. And here I got a bit cocky, I think, because I was quite okay with the first side, so I decided to go full improv here. And I basically did a little plant, and on each of the vines there blooms something different. You can see there's this little ball, on another thing there's a little leaf. Now this little triangle. And so far it looks okay, I think. I think I will use this idea later again. This is supposed to be just a little flower. But there it is where I messed up, in my opinion. I tried to do well, I don't even know what I tried to do for a shape, and I didn't like it. And if I just had left it like that, it would have been okay probably, but I decided to try to save it and made a pattern that is pretty similar to the pattern on the front, but it's not the same, it's not planned. I'm really not happy how it turned out. But the rest here of this plant is okay. Here I took two of those lines and connected to them to be a little heart, and put a little heart in this little heart. And that's my first attempt at basically drawing a little bit of grass, which, well, it wasn't that great either. So I'm way more happy with the first side than the second side. But I think it's still good to make those mistakes and also to show those mistakes, so people can see that the journey is not always paved with successes. But in the end you still have a bookmark, and one side looking good is better than no bookmark with no good sides, right? Great wisdom. Okay, I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it you can leave a like or leave a comment. I personally prefer comments because they are just a little bit more differentiated. And yeah, I see you in the next one. Goodbye.